you're not. You're giving me the same answers that they all give. What am I doing? Shit, I don't know. This is the age of, you think this is the first time we heard say, this is the question of life? That nobody will ever know. We was just talking to a Jewish guy last week about the same thing. Nobody knows. There's no way to figure it out. And you know what that does? It puts it in this suspended place in the air for it to never have to land and for nothing to ever get done.
Prepare slaughter for all his sons and his daughters. Won't fill the cities with faces, iniquities of they father. Bloodthirstiest of our nation, not for living water. Waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach gives that order. Prepare slaughter for all his sons and his daughters. Won't fill the cities with faces, iniquities of they father. Bloodthirstiest of our nation, not for living water. Waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach gives that order.
Test.
Guys, you have convinced me today because I'm actually very unknowledgeable in terms of the story of Christ.
Colin is stressed. Colin is over here stressed out, man.
You've convinced me more.
You done came out your shirt, man. He's hot. Bring it out. I'm listening.
All I've seen of Jesus is this picture, and your anthropological ties to his nature. It genuinely makes sense. From what I understand, it was black. I've been waiting to ask this question. I kind of want to wait for you guys to finish your.
Go ahead. Ask the question.
I'm just curious as to what your guys' mission is. So say it's to convince everybody that Jesus is black. Say you rightly do that. What happens after that?
We are on our way to establishing truth. And as we establish truth, we are on our way to be free.
What is establishing truth? So does that end at Jesus being black?
No.
What comes after that?
I mean, there's plenty more. It depends on either what questions you have, really more so about the question that they have about the people that look like Christ, right? You guys got any questions? Oh, you're already on. Okay, appreciate it. If y'all got any questions, let us know. But again, we are here to establish the truth, right? So it doesn't stop at Christ because once we understand that Christ was black and his people was black, who do you now call the people that are called the same things that Christ's people was called? Because you don't call us Israelites, and you damn sure don't call us Jews. What do you call us? What would you say my nationality is without even asking? And without even me telling you asking, what would you say it is? African, right? Don't you guys know that Africa is a continent, it's not a country? It is not a nationality. There is over 50 countries in Africa and then 1,000 other different nationalities within it. So when you just call me Africa, you have just thrown me over into a big-ass continent, a big-ass landmass, and just said, here, figure it out.
So what would you call me, though?
Say it again?
What would you call me? What would you call us?
I wouldn't call you anything, I would ask. But again, I would call you so-called white or Caucasian.
So, but that's like a massive area. Couldn't the same argument be made?
No. The Caucasus is a specific place.
Well, because you said nationality.
Well, I think when they mean Caucasian,
so I would say.
Wait. Okay. Nationality. Africa is not a nation.
So what would you say my nationality?
I think
Caucasian.
That's not a nationality.
I think.
No, it is a descendancy of people. Go ahead. It's an ethnic background.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
I agree with that. I think when you mean Caucasian and you say like the Caucasus Valley, I think that refers to a group of people that moved like 7,000 years ago and developed horseback riding.
Alleged.
Moved kind of around that area. And then like Africa, yeah, it's a totally massive place. But
Yeah. You guys migrated throughout Europe, and then from there you migrated where? Are you denying that this is your descendancy? Are you denying that this is your descendancy?
Which descendancy? I'm sorry.
Caucasian.
No, not at all.
So what I'm saying is that, remember, my question was based off of an assumption and a guess. I got your guess. You asked my guess. I actually answered it correctly. One that you wouldn't deny.
Yeah,
Your answer to me, I'm denying it because it just doesn't make any sense and it's not specific. It's very broad and very vague. Yours is very specific. I said you came from the Caucasus foothills of Georgia, Russia. That is a specific place,
Well, I mainly
not a whole continent. Because you thought I was going to say you guys are European. Yeah. Trust me, this isn't my first go round.
Call me Caucasian, but then you're discounting
Talk
all the
to
other
him, Capt.
migratory groups, like the South and Eastern European farmers and their Anatolian migration groups. So while like I might be 20% ancestral Caucasian, there are a bunch of other migratory groups that are moving all throughout there that like don't really represent that genetic makeup, you know?
You saying that you are partially that? What are you patrilineally? What's your patrilineal descendancy?
Slovenia and Scotland.
Slovenia and Scotland.
Yeah.
They're Caucasian.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think,
so
yeah.
so here's the thing. If I make a generalization and I'm wrong, fair, then you don't pertain to that people. Remember, the question was based off of a guess. You guys thought that I was going to say European, which is a continent.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know the questions that I'm asking you guys, and then when you ask me that, it's like I don't fall into the same boat. I've considered these things.
So like someone from Armenia, someone from Scotland, they're both Caucasian then, right?
You gotta understand that. You gotta understand, Armenia is still Caucasus.
Yeah.
the people just never move. The
Yeah,
people that are
they're
in
still the
Slovenia or
same, yeah.
Scotland, they just, like you said, migratory nationalities or people.
Yeah.
I understand that. People migrate, people move.
So
The
what about,
same
like-
reason why you're in America now.
Yeah, but like, what about
People move.
migrating like throughout Africa? Like, there's just different ethnic groups, different countries.
What question are you asking me?
I'm saying just like how there's different.
Meaning, if
countries
that's
in
the
Europe.
origin of it, then that's what you are, no matter where you are in the world.
Hmm?
If your origin is the Caucasus Mountains,
No, because the
then no matter where you are in the world, that's what you are.
A little bit, but the people from the Caucasus Mountains, they came from Anatolia. The people that came from Anatolia, they came from East Africa. East Africa came from Central Africa. They came from South Africa. And then from Caucasus Valley, people moved into like Russia.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. I don't feel like you guys just spawned into. I don't think you guys just spawned into the mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would actually say that you guys' original descendancy is Jordan Petra descending from the man Esau. Right? Like, I'm looking at all of you guys right now. All you guys look pretty red. Right? Do you guys know who Esau is? Genesis 25 and 23. Look at Genesis. You guys ever seen baby pictures of yourselves, like newborn pictures?
Oh yeah.
Were you guys red?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Look
You
at
weren't red?
Genesis.
You weren't red?
I was born early as shit though.
I haven't seen.
Oh, you never seen newborn pictures? But you have. You're red.
Yeah, I was premature, little fucking.
Bring it up.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
This is a prophecy that God has given unto Rebecca, Isaac's wife. Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other,
Read.
and the elder shall serve the younger.
Go ahead.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled,
Read.
behold, there were twins in her womb.
Twins. Go ahead.
And the first came out red,
Came out what?
red,
How? How? Red how?
all over, like in hairy garment.
So it says it came out red all over like a hairy garment. The only place you can go to in scripture that references something red and hairy is the covering of the tabernacle, which was a ram skin dyed red. So it wasn't just because in the Hebrew there's one word for red and it can describe over 50 shades, but it likened it into something, a bright cherry red, which is what white people turn when they're either nervous, blushing, or most specifically when they're born.
I think they take on lighter shades based on where you go, like.
We don't believe that.
Like,
We don't believe that. Oh, we go to a colder climate. And
no, it's not that. It's about like sun. Like, if I go out in Scotland, I'm gonna be fine. I'm not gonna get sunburned. I come out here, I get fucking dusted with sun. I get fucked. I think it's just about where you are and how your body's gonna like evolve with that. Like, you look, people that like lived in like jungles, they like over time will become shorter because it's better to be shorter in that environment. Like, there's like you look at.
what you're saying, when I say colder climate or one that is absent of the sun, you're saying that over time this can totally strip people of their melanin. I'm saying that's just not true.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Why wouldn't you say that?
I'm saying there's no verification of that. That's a theory. That's all theoretical.
Yeah, that's valid, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say about the other way around, but I have a question about this too, though.
Go ahead.
So you said he had white hair like a lamb, right?
Hit Revelation 1 because he asked for that earlier. We're gonna get it. Bring it out.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse
Colin is your
14.
friend? Colin,
we don't
Colin
know
was your
Colin.
friend? You don't know Colin?
I don't know Colin.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Colin was pissed. Bring it out.
Verse 14. His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow,
So white like wool in texture, as white as snow in color.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine
And
brass,
his feet was like on a fine brass. Reed,
as if they were burned in a
as if
furnace,
they burn in a furnace. Go ahead.
and his voice as a sound of many waters.
Voice the sound of many waters. Loud, hairy, right? Skin, or excuse me, feet like on a fine brass, when they say burn in a furnace. It's dealing with a dark complexion. Burning in a furnace makes it even darker, so on and so forth. The same way we describe, or the same way the Bible describes Esau as he was born, he came out red all over like a hairy garment. You still got that? Yeah. Finish it.
And the first came
What's up,
out
OG?
red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. The word Esau means wasted away as heat. The reason why you're red is because your skin is like almost translucent. Your blood shows flow through it.
Yes.
Right. It's almost indicative as something fading away or wasting away, as it said, right? Wasting away is like how you fade away, you just kind of drift away.
Yeah. What about like albino people though?
Esau was the original albino people. Why? Why? Because like when you want to talk about like the origins of people, you guys, you're speaking evolutionary theory, so I'm sure you believe that things originated out,
Yeah.
right, from a black person or black people,
Yeah.
right? And then through migration, going into places absent of sun, short of sun, colder, XYZ. This is how we now see the Caucasian race.
Yeah, like all people, like that. Yeah.
We understand that, right? So understanding what we're reading here, these were so-called melanated or dark-skinned parents, Isaac and Rebekah. That's why it gives a description of Esau. Keep reading, because when it describes the other twin, it doesn't say anything.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother.
After the oldest one, Esau, came out red like a hairy garment. Esau means wasted away is he. Go ahead.
And after that came his brother out.
And after that came his brother out.
And his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
And his hand took hold of Esau's heel. Read.
And his name was called Jacob.
And in his name was called Jacob. Read.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him.
And then that really concludes the description of the delivery and the birth. It doesn't describe Jacob.
Yeah.
Because safe to say, Jacob just came out normal.
Yeah. So like, Taz, I'm not gonna like bullshit and say like, oh, he didn't have that type of hair, didn't have that type of skin. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's right. That's also some bullshit, you know. Like, nothing really accurate about that. But when you like, you have this thing here with all these different races. The place I'm coming from is like, I'll understand how you can say Dominicans are race, but like some of these people, they have like Native American blood, they have European blood, and African blood.
We're not talking about blood. Remember, I actually learned it earlier about your patrilineal descendancy.
Yeah.
So we're saying that people that are from these geographical landmasses, whatever their patrilineal
But those aren't
descendancy,
Native Dominicans right there.
we're not.
Like, that's Blake Griffin.
First of all, Blake Griffin is not on the line of Dominicans. They're on the line of Levi, the Haitian. Patrilineally, what is Blake Griffin's father?
I think I'm not really sure.
He's a Haitian man. So we're not talking about, and here's the thing, even when you say they have such and such blood, as a human makeup, where does your blood come from?
What do you mean, like,
Your blood, where do you develop your blood from?
the body makes it?
Your body makes it from what? It makes it from your bone marrow. That's where you get your blood. Now your skeletal, no, it's okay. Now your skeletal structure is developed from what? You get that from your mother or your father?
Damn, I don't
You
know.
get it from the sperm. You get it from semen. Right? Again, yes, you were incubated. You get chromosomes from your mother. You get a biological makeup from your mother. But your skeletal structure, it derives from the semen that your father implanted in you, which is where you get your blood from. So even when you want to talk about blood, it's dealing with the father. Remember, when a baby's in the womb, the mother's blood cannot get into the sac. It will kill that baby.
So, like,
The body will then reject that baby, and it'll miscarry.
and then, like, right here, you got, like, Seminole Indians, Mexicans.
Hold on. So just understanding this sign, right?
Yeah.
From the top to the bottom, it's a general makeup of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people.
Yeah, like a tribe.
The general understanding, or as it's identified today, so-called Black of the Americas and the Caribbean, right? And then the Hispanic and the Native Indians of North Central South America, right? Negro and Indigenous Indians of North Central South America. We get this understanding because when it describes the Israelites in the Bible, it speaks about certain things that will happen to them, certain events that will happen to them, prophetic events, prophetic situations and conditions that they will be living in. That's how we generalize it and narrow it down from all other people on the earth to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. It's then at that point where we can identify which tribe they're from because they're also tribal characteristics that they possess.
I got you.
So out of all of these people, which tribe or which people in the black sign, in the bottom parentheses terms or ways to identify them, which one would you say is most popular in the world?
Most popular, like, identity.
Would you say Puerto Ricans are most popular amongst the people in this sign? Would you say that Mexicans are most popular? Would you say that Colombians or Brazilians or the Panamanians are most popular? Who's the most popular? The African Americans. Coincidentally, amongst the tribes, it says that Judah would be the ones that their brother shall praise. They're the ones that's going to hold the scepter. Coincidentally, the greatest figure in the entire planet Earth came from Judah.
So you're saying that, like, for the tribes of Reuben, like Asher, all those, they came from, like, people like Seminole Indians, the Argentinians, right?
They didn't come from them. The
Or they
Seminole
are,
Indians,
yeah, they are.
it's the other way around. The Seminole Indians came from the tribe of Reuben.
Okay, yeah.
They originally were the tribe of Reuben. Upon migration and captivity and enslavement and where they were transported, they were forced and given the name of Seminole Indians, so on and so forth.
So, like, let's run with that, though. So, like, if you're saying that, wouldn't you also have to say that, like, the migratory groups China that came to the Americas from the land bridge. And basically,
Bering Strait Bridge is you speak a lot of theories, man. There is no evidence of a Bering Strait Bridge ever.
what about like glacial freezing?
Sure, again, it's all theory. These are all things that white people, the same people that gave us that description, is a way to describe how people got to certain parts of the earth. You know why? Because they didn't want to believe in the Bible.
But if you look at like the genetic makeup of say a person like a Native American from Canada,
We're not going to talk about genetic. We're not going to talk about genetic makeup because there were people dealing with other, people. That's what I said. It's not about what you look like, and this is what the sign is telling you.
No, but I'm
because
saying,
right
like-
here, they don't have the same genetic makeup.
No, but if you look at the DNA of a Hispanic person, the closest DNA to them are other Hispanic people, and then right after that it's Mongolians, Chinese people, Japanese people.
Why would the DNA of Mexican people be closest to Spanish people? Because Spanish people conquered them. So when you're looking at
Mexican is not really a race. It's mestizo people are a mixture of
we're not arguing that. You're talking. I'm addressing the point where you just said their DNA is closely related to Spanish people and someone else, and I just stuck with Spanish.
Yeah.
Of course, because those are the people that conquered them.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
So
Mongolians.
as they're mixing and mingling with them, they're gonna have DNA markers
No, but I'm
and traits
saying-
of those people.
No, I'm not saying Spanish people. I'm saying if you look at like people from the Americas, their DNA will be most closely to people from Northeast Asia because during the migration they came over to the Americas, and that's where you got this mixture of people. That's why the further down
How
you go
does
in the Americas.
how does the so-called indigenous Aztec and even Mayan people say they got over here? What you're doing is you're still playing onto the fact, or excuse me, the theory of that they came over here on the Bering Strait Bridge, which goes through that, like you said, through Asia, through Europe, and then over to the Americas. You're utilizing information that is not accurate, or that most people don't even really believe in. I'd have to take the position to believe in that to subscribe to that information, and I don't. Again, their history itself said that they migrated from the east.
Yeah, I guess I was too correct. Then, I guess my last question, you guys know,
I got you.
but how do you know that like when he has that description that they're not just referring to a person that could be dark skinned from like Yemen, Levant regions? Because again, with like migratory groups before, like the Arabs came there, Ottomans, people did have curly hair.
You would have to read the description. Deuteronomy 28:16. You'd have to read some of these descriptions of the curses.
Yeah,
that would happen.
I agree. Like
That's why I said. That's why I said when you read about the conditions and things that they would endure and go through, that's how we generalize it to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Because this stuff is not happening anymore.
because some of the descriptions we know that that's not accurate. Not European, not straight hair.
Correct.
What I'm saying is like, how do I know, right, that it couldn't have just been a person, say, from that area? Because there are people like you go to that area. There are
Now we
ethnic
understand.
people
Again, we generalize it, right, on a macro level, and then we can also break it down on a micro level as well, down to the definition, down to the finest point. Go ahead, Deuteronomy 28:68.
Deuteronomy 28:16.
Read 1, then go to 15, then go to 16, so we get the context of the sentence we read.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Go ahead.
to observe and do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
The first thing that Moses is telling unto the Israelites, it's an ultimatum or a stipulation. If you follow the law, statutes, and commandments of God, I will set you on high above all nations on the planet Earth. Right? Read verse 15. So from 1 to 14, it's going to tell you all the different blessings that you get from being at the top. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So now we're getting into what will happen if they did not hearken and listen and follow the ways and the laws and commandments of God. Read.
To observe and do all his commandments
Go
and
ahead.
his statutes which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee
And it said curses is going to come upon you. Go ahead.
and overtake thee.
And overtake thee. That was it. Curses is going to come upon you and overtake you. You weren't going to get the height of the hill like you would if you follow. You were going to be at the bottom. Can you get that? Find it real quick. You should be the tail and not the head.
43 or 44.
Somebody get it quick. And the reason I'm bringing that out just to show you. Go ahead.
Verse 44. And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Now, let's get into analyzing life in the world right now. Do you feel like the world is following God? Do you feel like any nationality, any people in the world is following the law, statutes, and commandments of God?
I mean, not.
Yes.
Cool.
I think that we are all on the path.
No.
It takes
Now you gotta like, he's trying to.
Something specific where it says, if you hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all my commandments that I command you this day, if you follow them, I'm going to bless you, you're going to be on high. You feel like the world is doing in observing the law, statutes, and commandments of God.
I didn't say I don't know what the commandments are, so actually.
Right, and he's right. They're not. So whoever this is referring to, they're under the curses. Because you can't look around and see nobody following the laws of God.
Yeah.
Right? Because most people are like, they don't even know them. Right?
Well, I think that I know a certain like derivative of them as being like sovereign
understand.
consciousness.
I understand. Like doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Generalizing things like that. But it gets specific, right? You guys are, how old are you guys?
I'm 19.
19, 18, you guys shave?
Yes.
Stuff like that.
No, you're not supposed to say.
You're not supposed to say. It's stuff like that that God told his people, do not do, right? Most of the world tells you to be clean shaven and to be, presentable in XYZ. This is the general idea. Does everybody do things like shave? No, I'm sure you can find some people that don't. But in totality, of following the law, statutes, and commandments of God, people aren't doing that.
Supposed to wear clothes?
Yeah,
Is that why you don't shave?
that's why I don't shave, right? That's why I have to do that. Saying all that to say, we understand and know whoever this is talking to, they are under a curse right now. They're not in a blessed state, right? Not to mention, who or what nationality would you say has the height of the hill in the world right now? What nation is running the planet Earth right now? What race of people? White people. Are white people following the laws and commandments of God? So you know that they're not the Israelites, because if they were the Israelites and we know they're not following the laws of God, they wouldn't be on top, they'd be on the bottom.
Well, what is to run the world? Is that not like, say if there is a group
I'm about to
of
show
people
you.
that-
You know what it is to run the world? To be able to go around the world with that image and force everybody in the world to believe that. But you can go everywhere on the planet Earth and find that image right there.
I mean, you're gonna make a change.
You got your damn mind. That is in Korea.
It's all about the present moment and what we can do to change the future. So say like, if it's us right now who are on a mission to change the world in a better way, then why are we not running the world?
Say it again. You said if you're on a mission to make the world a better place, why are you not?
Say follow all of the commandments, or do even more, something that is was lost to the Bible. Say if we are the group doing that right now, why does that not make us the people who run the world?
What? Following God?
I'm just saying, taking.
I'm not
action
understanding
in the
your
present,
question.
Yeah, sure. Following God, whatever the 10 Commandments are, whatever God's will is to make the world a paradise on earth. Like, say if we are the people doing that right now, why does that
Doing
not
what?
make us run the world?
If you're the people doing what? You said doing that.
Making positive change, whether it's just having a simple conversation and enlightening.
Like you're saying like you as an individual, or you're saying you as you and your European counterparts?
No, I'm not saying me right now. I'm literally saying this group of people right now. All of you,
Right.
and me and my friend here. If we are not the ones trying to enlighten others,
Well,
and figure
me
out
and
God's
both
will,
of us, we're not of the same stock. We're not of the same nationality. So it will be you guys versus us. Because this book is written to a specific people for them to fulfill a specific task.
what if the book is flawed?
And that's on you. I don't believe the book is flawed. You'd have to go in and show me the flaws of the book.
That's right. I haven't read the Bible.
See what I'm saying? So your question is just like, I mean, what do I do with that? If I don't believe it's flawed, and you can't show me it's flawed, then this is the text that we follow. Saying all of that to say again, we're getting onto how we get this sign right here. Saying all of that to say, if we understand that the Europeans you say and acknowledge are ruling the world are not following the law, statutes, and commandments of God, we cannot say that they are the people that that text or this scriptures were written to, because they wouldn't have that blessing.
Right.
Now, what nation or what race of people would you say is on the bottom of society?
I don't know. I expect you answer me to say. African American.
Huh?
Africa right now.
Africa? Now here's the thing. Can Africans come over to America and provide a better life for themselves?
Not really.
You out of your damn mind. You got to start opening your eyes and see what's going on around the world. Hell yeah, they can, and they do. And they do. They have an open border for themselves to come over here. You know what they do when they come over here? They monopolize off the people on this side.
You're saying people from Africa come over to America?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They have a connection with many of the countries over there now. And why is it that the people that were born here, not by choice but by force, are the ones that are being taken advantage of by people who you think, the reason why you probably think Africa is probably on the bottom, because you've been watching too many made-for-TV infomercials.
Honestly, I have no idea. I didn't want to give you an answer because I didn't know what to
Not
say.
fair. What I'm saying, like, I'm not even like trying to get on y'all. I'm saying we speaking truth right now. I'm asking you of your perspective of what you see and what you understand. You know Africa exists. You know certain parts of the world, and especially this guy. He understands those migratory patterns and traits. And DNA. He likes this stuff. Cool. So let's get into it. He looks at Africa the way that it does because the TV tells you, not because you've been over there and talking to somebody from there. It's a lot of money over there. And it's a lot of opportunity there. And those who don't have that opportunity, you know what they do? They leave there and come over here and make a living and make a fortune. The people in the bottom of society is Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You want to know why? Because even the most foul and messed up things that happen over in Africa, when those Libyans were being sold as slaves, they plastered it all over the TV over here. And they did what? And we all had all type of hashtags, all type of funds that was raised. Ukraine is over there getting bombed by Russia right now. They gave Ukraine billions of dollars. What the hell have they done to the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians for the rape, rob, and murder that have been done to them in this place? What have they done for it? Nothing. How do you guys feel about what's been done to these people? Yeah, right? What do you think should happen?
I agree that it's insufficient. Honestly, I think that America doesn't even know how to handle its white people. So like,
America is white, so it's almost like oxymoron
that's
when you
what
say America don't know how to handle its white people. America don't know how to handle America.
White
What I'm
people
saying.
don't know how to handle white people.
I mean, right. So what should happen for what was done to these people? If you realize ain't jack shit been done and how it was, what should happen for what was done?
I ain't got an answer to that.
Why not? You got an answer for damn near everything I done said. What's your name?
I think Baylor.
Baylor?
Yeah.
Come on, Baylor. You done had an answer for damn near everything.
I mean,
what should happen?
Some grand reconstruction of the governmental system, like,
So reconstruct the government system.
Honestly, you're asking like how to deal with people, which is the age-old question like of all time. So like, if I could give you a perfect answer, then that'd be amazing. You could take that and become the most.
If
powerful
you gave me the
individual in
if you gave me the perfect answer, I will congratulate you and I separate you from the rest of the white folks in the world. But you're not. You're giving me the same answers that they all give. What am I doing? Shit. I don't know. This is the age of. You think this is the first time we heard say this is the question of life? That nobody will ever know. We was just talking to a Jewish guy last week about the same thing. Nobody knows. There's no way to figure it out. And you know what that does? It puts it in this suspended place in the air for it to never have to land and for nothing to ever get done.
For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach gives us that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach gives us that order.